Smartphones, Wi-Fi, and other wireless devices have become an essential part of modern life. However, concerns are growing about the potential health effects of electromagnetic fields, EMFs, emitted by these devices. Some researchers suggest that prolonged exposure to EMFs may contribute to fatigue, sleep disturbances, and even long-term health risks. This video explores the science behind EMFs, their potential dangers, and practical ways to reduce exposure. What are EMFs and where do they come from? Electromagnetic fields, EMFs, are invisible energy waves produced by electrical and wireless devices. They can be categorized into two types. 1. Low-frequency EMFs, emitted by power lines, electrical appliances, and household wiring. 2. High-frequency EMFs, radio frequency radiation, emitted by cell phones, Wi-Fi routers, Bluetooth devices, and microwave ovens. The rise of smart technology has significantly increased our daily exposure to high-frequency EMFs, leading to concerns about their impact on health. Potential health risks of EMF exposure. While research on EMFs is ongoing, some studies suggest that prolonged exposure may have negative effects on the body. 1. Sleep disruptions and fatigue. 1. EMFs can interfere with melatonin production, a hormone responsible for sleep regulation. 2. Studies have found that exposure to Wi-Fi signals and smartphone radiation before bedtime can lead to poor sleep quality and difficulty falling asleep. 2. Increased risk of headaches and brain fog. 1. Some individuals report experiencing frequent headaches, dizziness, and difficulty concentrating after prolonged exposure to smart devices. 2. Research suggests that radio frequency radiation may affect brain function, leading to cognitive fatigue. 3. Potential links to cellular stress and DNA damage. 1. Some laboratory studies indicate that high levels of radio frequency EMFs can lead to oxidative stress, which damages cells and DNA. 2. While evidence in humans is still being studied, oxidative stress is linked to aging and chronic diseases. 4. Impact on hormonal balance. 1. Studies suggest that prolonged EMF exposure may affect cortisol levels, the body's primary stress hormone. 2. Some research also indicates that EMFs can influence testosterone, estrogen, and thyroid hormone production. 5. Controversial links to long-term health risks. 1. The World Health Organization (WHO) classifies radiofrequency EMFs as possibly carcinogenic, meaning there is some evidence that they could be linked to cancer, but more research is needed. 2. Some epidemiological studies suggest a potential link between heavy cell phone use and an increased risk of brain tumors, though findings are not conclusive. How to reduce EMF exposure from smart devices while avoiding EMFs completely is impossible. There are practical ways to minimize exposure and reduce potential risks. 1. Limit screen time before bed. 1. Reduce smartphone and Wi-Fi exposure at least 1 hour before sleep to improve melatonin production. 2. Consider using blue light filters and night mode settings to minimize disruption to sleep cycles. 2. Use wired connections when possible. 1. Opt for wired internet, Ethernet cables, instead of Wi-Fi when working from home. 2. Use wired headphones instead of Bluetooth earbuds to reduce EMF exposure near the brain. 3. Keep smart devices away from the body. 1. Avoid carrying your phone in your pocket or bra, as close contact increases exposure. 2. Use speaker mode or wired headphones when making phone calls instead of holding the phone to your ear. 4. Enable airplane mode when not in use. 1. Set phones to airplane mode while sleeping or during long periods of inactivity. 2. This disables wireless signals and reduces exposure significantly. 5. Place Wi-Fi routers away from sleeping areas. 1. Keep Wi-Fi routers at least 6-10 feet away from bedrooms or workspaces. 2. Consider turning off Wi-Fi at night or using a timer to disable it automatically. 6. Use EMF blocking shields and cases. 1. Some EMF reducing cases and screens claim to minimize exposure from smart devices. 2. While their effectiveness varies, they can provide an additional layer of protection. Are EMFs dangerous? What the science says. The debate over EMFs and their health effects is ongoing. While some research suggests possible risks, there is no definitive proof that everyday EMF exposure causes severe health problems. However, given the rapid increase in smart device usage, long-term studies are still needed. What experts recommend? 1. The World Health Organization (WHO) advises limiting unnecessary exposure to radiofrequency radiation, especially for children. 2. The International Agency for Research on Cancer (IARC) classifies EMFs as a possible carcinogen, but further research is needed. 3. Some countries, including France and Belgium, have regulations limiting wireless exposure in schools and public places. While the risks are still being studied, practicing mindful technology use can help minimize potential harm. Final thoughts: should you be concerned about EMFs? Smart devices have transformed daily life, but it is important to stay informed about their potential effects. While current research does not confirm serious health risks, it is wise to take precautions by reducing unnecessary EMF exposure. Key takeaways: 1. EMFs are emitted by smartphones, Wi-Fi routers, and Bluetooth devices. 2. Prolonged exposure may affect sleep, cognitive function, and cellular health. 3. Simple steps like using wired connections, keeping devices away from the body, and reducing screen time before bed can help minimize risks. 4. More research is needed, but precautionary measures are recommended. What are your thoughts on EMFs? Do you take steps to reduce exposure? Share your opinion in the comments. Subscribe for more science-based health and wellness insights.